Welcome, Shadow Seekers, to American Shadows, Crimes and Chronicles. Today, we're unearthing a tale that'll haunt your thoughts long after it ends. Whether you're glued to the screen or just listening in, you're in for a wild ride through history's darkest corners. If you're new, hit subscribe to join our mission of exposing America's hidden truths. Regulars, your likes fuel our journey into the unknown. Now, let's peel back the layers of time and reveal the secrets beneath. Ready? Let's begin. 10 years later, remembering Hannah Graham and the hunt for justice. Hello, friends, and welcome to American Shadows, Crimes and Chronicles. Today, we're revisiting a haunting chapter in recent American history that still echoes in the hearts of many. On September 13th, 2014, the close-knit community of Charlottesville, Virginia, was shaken to its core when 18-year-old University of Virginia student Hannah Graham disappeared into the night, leaving behind a trail of questions and a nation desperate for answers. What transforms a routine evening out into a national tragedy? How does a vibrant college town become the epicenter of a manhunt that captivates the country? And what dark secrets can lie hidden in a seemingly safe community? Before we delve into this gripping and emotional story, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you who support our work. Your engagement allows us to explore these difficult but important stories, ensuring we never forget the human cost of violent crime in our communities. The night everything changed. Hannah Graham was a second-year student at the University of Virginia, known for her bright smile, academic excellence, and love of sports. On the evening of September 12, 2014, she set out to join friends for a night out at bars in Charlottesville's downtown mall area, a scene typical of college life across America. As the night wore on, Hannah became separated from her group. At 1:20 a.m. on September the 13th, she texted her friends that she was lost. Surveillance footage captured her walking alone through the streets, visibly disoriented. What happened next would become the subject of intense scrutiny and a nationwide search. The last confirmed sighting of Hannah was around 1:40 a.m. when cameras captured her, with a man later identified as Jesse Matthew Jr. Witnesses reported seeing them at a bar before Hannah vanished without a trace. A community united in search. The disappearance of a young woman in a college town is, tragically, not an uncommon occurrence. But something about Hannah's case captured the public's attention in a way few others had. Perhaps it was the chilling surveillance footage, showing a vulnerable young woman clearly in distress. Or maybe it was the way her parents, John and Sue Graham, spoke so eloquently about their daughter, their pain palpable yet restrained. As days turned into weeks, the search for Hannah intensified. What began as a local effort quickly grew into one of the largest in Virginia's history. Law enforcement agencies from across the state joined thousands of volunteers in combing through rural areas, wooded regions, and suburban neighborhoods. Hannah's face appeared on missing person posters and news broadcasts across the country. As the days passed without any sign of Hannah, the case began to attract national attention. News outlets across the country picked up the story, and social media campaigns spread Hannah's image far and wide. This intense focus would prove crucial in the weeks to come, as it put pressure on law enforcement and helped generate new leads. The hunt for a predator. On September 24th, police named Jesse Matthew as a person of interest in Hannah's disappearance. Matthew, a hospital orderly with a troubled past, fled the area, triggering a nationwide manhunt that ended with his arrest in Texas on September 24th. But Hannah was still missing and hope was fading. The breakthrough came on October 18th when searchers discovered human remains on an abandoned property in Albemarle County, about 12 miles from where Hannah was last seen. 5 days later, the remains were positively identified as Hannah Graham. The vibrant young woman with a bright future ahead of her had become another statistic, another life cut tragically short. A pattern of predation exposed. But Hannah's story didn't end there. As investigators dug deeper into Jesse Matthews' past, a disturbing pattern emerged. DNA evidence linked him to the 2009 disappearance and murder of Virginia Tech student Morgan Harrington. Further investigation connected him to a 2005 sexual assault in Fairfax, Virginia. The revelations sent shockwaves through the community. How had this predator been able to operate undetected for so long? What systemic failures had allowed him to continue targeting young women? The case sparked intense debates about campus safety, the handling of sexual assault cases, and the importance of DNA databases in solving cold cases. Justice and legacy. In 2016, Jesse Matthew pleaded guilty to the murders of both Hannah Graham and Morgan Harrington, receiving 4 consecutive life sentences. While the plea deal brought a measure of closure to the families, it also meant that many questions about Matthew's crimes would remain unanswered. The impact of Hannah Graham's disappearance and murder extended far beyond the courtroom. The University of Virginia implemented new safety measures, including expanded late-night transportation options and improved lighting on campus. The case also led to changes in how law enforcement agencies share information about potential serial offenders. The Graham case would eventually spark a national conversation about safety on college campuses. In its wake, several states passed laws mandating improved security measures and more transparent reporting of campus crimes. The case also led to the creation of Hannah's Law in Virginia, which requires police to immediately report missing persons cases to the state's Criminal Information Network and DNA databank. But perhaps most significantly, Hannah's disappearance forced America to confront an uncomfortable truth: that even in the seemingly safe havens of prestigious universities, danger could be lurking. It challenged the notion that such tragedies only happen to other people or in other places, prompting a re-evaluation of personal safety practices across the country. A decade of reflection. As we look back on the disappearance of Hannah Graham 10 years later, we remember not only the tragedy of her loss, but the profound effect her case had on raising awareness about personal safety and violence against women. Her legacy continues to shape how we approach missing persons investigations, campus safety, and the justice system's handling of violent criminals. This is American Shadows, where we peer into the darker corners of our nation's past and present. Until next time, remember that even in the face of unspeakable tragedy, communities can come together, demand change, and work towards a safer future for all. The echoes of that September night in 2014 continue to resonate, reminding us of the ongoing struggle against violence and the importance of remaining vigilant in protecting the most vulnerable among us. As we go about our daily lives, let's take a moment to reflect on the life of Hannah Graham and all those whose lives have been cut short by senseless violence. For in understanding these tragedies, we gain insight into the complex challenges facing our society and the enduring human spirit that rises in the face of adversity. The shadows cast by that September night are long indeed, and they continue to shape our national conversation on campus safety, law enforcement practices, and the pursuit of justice in ways we are still struggling to fully comprehend.